Okay, this video is about a specific gas furnace made by Goodman called the Janitrol, and the model number on it was a GMP. Could be either GMP 050, 075, or 100, and that was just the BTU input. If it looks like this one here, and you can see that model number down below, I'll be putting that up there pretty soon, then your furnace is one of them. And they had a particular problem with their heat exchangers. They didn't actually crack, they kind of popped apart. Now, I replaced many of these things back in the 90s. This was put in, these things were installed in the early 90s. By the late 90s, I think they had been discontinued. They had so many problems with them. But these things did have a big problem, and it's a kind of hard to tell that the heat exchanger is broken. It's kind of subtle, and so we're going to watch it run, and I'm going to narrate here, and we'll see if we can figure out why it does what it does. Okay, now here's a close-up on the burners. This was an 075, so it's got 3 burners, 25,000 BTUs per burner. Hot surface igniter's on now. Okay, it has lit off. The flame is normal right now. It should flow like that. The flame should go straight into the heat exchanger. Those little licking up flames between the burners are flame spreaders, and that's normal. There's nothing abnormal about it. But as soon as this blower comes on, you're going to see a change in the way the left 2 burners operate. Okay, blower has come on. Now you look at especially that left burner. See that flame that's starting to lick upwards? And you can see it's all really ruffled inside there. When the blower started, it started blowing air back in. And now it's really flopping up there. It actually started blowing air from the blower assembly, actually is blowing into the burner compartment. Now it's doing it on both the 2 left burners. And you want to look at this real close and cover up your blower put your blower cover on so it doesn't upset the flame. Make sure that blower cover is on at the bottom of the furnace, and then light this thing off and watch for this. It oftentimes does not do it until it gets a little warmer. So sometimes these things will operate for a while, just kind of running along, and then slowly you'll start to see what you see on these left 2 burners. That right burner, by the way, has no problem at all. There's no, the heat exchanger on that side of it is fine. But you're looking for those flames looking up like that. That should no way ever happen. Now there is a protective device in these furnaces. If you'll look kind of right above that middle burner, maybe to the right just a little bit, there's a little button up there. Well, that is a rollout switch. And that means if flame rolls out into that chamber up there, then it's supposed to pop off. It's a manual reset. It shuts the machine down and just turns the fan on. Sometimes that would be the symptoms we'd get. Sometimes it wouldn't though, and these things could produce carbon monoxide. I didn't see any of them that were doing a lot of it, but we weren't checking carbon monoxide with every furnace back then, so I wouldn't count on that being true. If you have one of these furnaces, I would take a look at it pretty close. You can see that roll out there is real bad. I got kind of a close-up on that button as best as I can get there. Not very good, but and if you don't absolutely feel confident about doing this yourself, call a professional on it. He can do a CO test on it. He knows more what to look for on these burners. But if you have that model number furnace, I would definitely be concerned about it. You know, everything I say here is just opinion, but you know, you can kind of see for yourself what these furnaces do. I'm going to do a few more videos on this thing. I'll tear it down and show you how the heat exchanger is put together, what the problem is with it, and a few other things on this furnace.